shaken but not stirred. Just a lesson that I've learned. And so it goes. Tables turn and you're on your own. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better off. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better off. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong. I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. I wanna do the things they say we shouldn't do. I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. Live life like it's a prison, break the rules. I wanna wake up in the morning. Let me catch my breath. I'm feeling stuck, and I don't know which way to run. I'm on a settled path, a one-way road, and I can't take it anymore. I started, I can't stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm done with feeling lonely, lonely, lonely. I know there's more than working, working, working. So go ahead and show me now. I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. I wanna do the things they say we shouldn't do.
Hello, Blockey Sports Network, and we're back with another playoff thriller per se. Hopefully, actually, between the Milwaukee Muskies and the Seattle Golden Eagles. I'm AllahFresco, joined beside me by our doggy Willie A, and supposed to be Frumpy Bear, but looks like he's vacated from his spot. So we'll kick it off with the desk segment. Game 4 and 5 both being played tonight. Milwaukee up 2-1 in the series. Ardoggy, I'm going to toss it over to you. What do you expect to see from these two teams here tonight? Who do you think is going to win? I don't know. Whatever you want to say.
I think I'm gonna see a first line duel, honestly, because I think they're gonna continue what they did in Game 3 for Seattle and kind of line stack Missy and ohLuvv against Stan V and just try and eliminate any scoring chance he has and just leave it to the second line to kind of be a stalemate against Boreas and Sammy the Will.
Yep, that's a good observation there. Hopefully we'll see the Seattle Golden Eagles push this series to 5 for maximum entertainment. In between the pipes for the Milwaukee Muskies. He's had a good series and a good playoff run for Milwaukee, arguably like Conn Smythe. On the other side of things, I believe it is Air Bear who will be starting for Seattle. What have you seen from both of these goaltenders this series, and what can we expect going into this game?
I mean, Big Glaze, like you said, has had a fantastic playoff series as a whole, and especially during this series, like he's made some really crazy saves and he's been really consistent. So I think you'll continue to see him being really consistent, not letting in a lot of goals, which makes Seattle need to put up a lot of shots. And then for Seattle's goaltender, Air Bear, he's kind of iffy. He's hit or miss. He's almost like a Brown FN, you could say. where he can have a really good game or a really bad game, which we've seen previously in playoffs, where they have switched him out for Vanilla Egg. So it's really hit or miss with him. He could have really strong showing and push him to the game 5, or you could see him kind of crumble in the dirt and it'd be over in this game.
All right, good observation there. Looks like we got a little time here for Farabee. Farabee, just say a couple words on both these teams real quick, and then we'll get into predictions.
First and foremost, we want to discuss, the slow start Seattle had. They were shut out game 1. They had an early lead in game 2, but ended up blowing that. In game 3, they ended up winning. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they can carry said momentum and kind of mitigate the effect Stan V has on the offensive side.
All right. Predictions real quick before we get into some walkouts, I guess. Ardog, we'll start with you.
3-1 Seattle.
All right, Willier.
4-1 Milwaukee.
I'm going to go 3-2 Seattle in overtime. Farabee, what do you think?
I really want to see a game 5, so I'm going Seattle 4-3 type finish. And here they are.
We'll send it up to the booth with, I believe, Frumpy Bear and I believe Farabee's commentating. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Well, we got an exciting matchup here. The underdog, Seattle Golden Eagles, knocking off the President Trophy winning Calgary Wings in the first round, and the Milwaukee Muskies, who took down the defending Cup champion Boston Grizzlies in the first round. That's how we got to this matchup. Seattle trails in the series 2-1, but they have won game 3 to maybe give themselves some momentum coming into game 4. Backs against the wall now, Farabee.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot tonight for Seattle just to kind of get into that groove that they had in game 3. And first and foremost, I think that starts on the defensive side, just kind of being able to detain Stan V and Sammy. It's still a tough ask, though.
We're going to get underway here for puck drop. It'll be Sammy the Whale and Goriest with Jado on the first line for the Milwaukee Muskies, and the Seattle Golden Eagles throwing out Cat Cuddler, Sticks FPS, and Who Farted. Be Air Bear versus Bagel Glazed in net. Des talked about how good Bagel Glazed has been this playoff run so far for the Muskies. As Who Farted gets pressured by Jado into his own corner. Jado sends it out for Sammy the Whale, who gets a shot right off the outside of the post to get this game started. Milwaukee not wasting any time. Cat Cuddler knocks that puck away from Sammy the Whale, who farted up for Sticks. Sticks looks to cross it back for Cat Cuddler, but Sammy the Whale reads it very well. Now Who Farted in his own zone goes up for Cat Cuddler, but Sammy the Whale picks it off once again and then decides not to pressure the puck in the corner, and Milwaukee will be offside. So some line changes coming from both sides. It'll be Box, Mason, and Dicker on the second line for Milwaukee. It will be Missia, Pichipa, and ohLuvv for Seattle. So Seattle's both teams' superstars, going at it on the second line as Missia looks for a shot off the rebound, but a good save by Bagel Glazed, and this Seattle second line quickly takes 2 shots. But Box looks to respond here. He'll battle with ohLuvv in the corner. ohLuvv trying to get it up for Missia, but Box wins it away. Now he has it. He sends it out for the slot. Looks for Maspin, but Maspin can't get his stick on it. Good opportunity for the Muskies there, but not able to capitalize, as now Pichipa has it on the blue line. He looks for a pullback off the boards, but Box steals it away. Now a couple nice pullbacks from Box, but he can't get a shot off. And the puck will find its way back into the Seattle zone. It's now ohLuvv takes it behind his own net. He'll dump it up the boards for Missia as some line changes happen for both squads. Sticks FPS now has it. He goes down the boards. A great pullback to win it off of Goriest, but he cannot get his stick on it once again, as now Goriest looking to come the other way. Goriest pokes it up the boards, but Who Farted A quick dump out for Sticks, who looked for a cross pass there but got shut down by Sammy the Whale. Now Sammy the Whale and Sticks fighting in the corner. Sticks looking for the slot for Cat Cuddler. But some good defense by Gorius. And now Sammy the Whale steals it right off of Sticks' stick. But who farted? Steps in front and makes a good defensive play. But Jado, an open shot from the blue line. It pings off Sammy the Whale. And he scores. It's Sticks knocking it in, and Milwaukee takes a 1-0 lead here in Game 4.
You got to admire how this line is built. It's just incredible. I mean, Gorius already a perennial defender in this league, one of the toughest to get by. And you pair that with Sammy the Whale, who has as much experience as the next guy, is very good at pinging the puck and just controlling it in general. Things like that will happen. And just the pressure kind of got to them. And second line does what they do. They score.
And Sammy the Whale continuing a pretty good playoff campaign for the Muskies in search of his first cup in his long, long career. As now Box has it. He goes behind his own net. Now cuts towards the middle. Crosses it to nobody. Maspin not on the same page with him for that pass. Now Pichipa. Battles in the corner. He sends it out towards the slot for Missia, who looks to respond, but Dicker sends it away. Now OnlyBurb crosses it for Pichipa, but Box picks it off. But OnlyBurb quick to recover off of his own mistake. Box being given some space in the corner by Milwaukee. He looks to just send out a slot pass for Maspin, but Seattle doing a pretty good job of defending it there. Word for Maspin. Maspin looks to get the step on OnlyBurb, and he does. Maspin looks to just rip a shot, and Air Bear makes the positional save. Missia now battles with Box in the corner. Box a pullback. Puck finds its way out to Sammy the Whale in the middle of the ice. It gets poked away by OnlyBurb. Cat Cuddler fresh onto the ice. He looks for a shot, but it gets blocked in front, and a rebound shot gets saved by Bagel Glazed. 3 shots apiece for both these teams, and an own goal, giving Milwaukee the lead here with 2 minutes to go in the first period. Now Cat Cuddler looks to cross it for Sticks, but Sammy the Whale gets his stick on it first. Sammy gives chase for Who Farted for a moment, but Who Farted clears it out to Cat Cuddler. Cat Cuddler crossing it, but Sticks not there to receive. And Sammy the Whale now has it on the blue line. He loses it to Sticks. A little bit of back and forth here. Sticks up the boards. Gets the step on Jado. Maybe looking for a shot of his own, but he loses the puck off of his own stick once again. It's not something you see a lot from Sticks. He's very strong mechanically, but has missed a couple of his moves so far in this first period. Dicker fresh onto the ice, stops Sticks out in front. And Missia off of a short rest. Back on for Seattle. Box across for Maspin. Maspin looks for a shot, but cannot connect on the one-timer. Another good pass from Box, but nothing to show for Milwaukee, as another good pass is missed on by Maspin. As now Missia looks to push the tempo the other way. Peachy Pop looking for a pullback in neutral ice, but it gets swatted away from him. Box, a couple of pullbacks near the ref circle. He looks for a crossing pass for Maspin, but Peachy Pa there to read it. He gives way for OnlyBurb to battle with Maspin in the corner. Maspin keeps it in the zone for the moment, but that'll do it for the first period. Milwaukee with a 1-0 lead here in Seattle. We'll send it back up to the desk with AllahFresco.
All right, welcome back to the desk. I'm here back in the first intermission with my friends again. Let's send it over to Farabee to start. Strong start for the Milwaukee Muskies. They lead this game 1-0. What have you seen from them that has caused them to be up in this game?
Like I said, great offense starts with great defense, and honestly, we're seeing Seattle air out just a lot of blind passes. I mean, just going up the ice, along the boards, piecing it across, and who else is there but Gorius just to take the puck? You know, Seattle has been making mistakes, and Milwaukee has been exploiting that, which has led to their 1-goal lead.
Absolutely. I'm going to send it over here to Willie A. Obviously, both goaltenders playing pretty strong. I'm going to keep asking you questions. You're kind of the goalie guy around here. Bagel Glazed and Air Bear. Air Bear, unfortunately, letting that one slip in. What have you seen from the goalies? What can we expect for the next two periods?
They both didn't play really strong. I mean, Bagel Glaz's been up to form, as he's always been. Like, no surprise there. Air Bear, it really beat your own people. Can't blame him for that one. Not his fault. He's been looking pretty good so far. Let's hope he keeps it up.
All right, and we'll send it over there to our doggy. Seattle Golden Eagles, they're down in this game. They're down in the series. And pressure's starting to mount. What can they do to make a comeback in this game and get their momentum back?
I think that the line with Missia, ohLuvv, and Peachy Pot really need to step it up, as they're playing kind of as a line with just Stan V is the kind of the only one playing good. And the second line of Seattle, which has like 6 FPS on it, they need to play like themselves. They're passing it way too much and not really doing any of the mechs that really all they have going for them.
All right, great analysis. We're going to send it back up into the booth with Frumpy Bear for your second period.
Thank you, Al and Farabee. Story of the first period, kind of back and forth between these two teams. What do you expect going into the second? No Farabee with me, but we'll continue on.
Sorry.
Oh, there he is.
Should I still give my analysis?
Absolutely.
Pardon my technical difficulties. Game 3, we saw a late line change for Seattle. It involved taking Cat Cuddler off this very line and placing him on the first line and kind of pairing these two with Missia, and they did incredible. That's kind of what led to the win. So I'll be interested to see if they kind of pull that back out.
Who farted now has it in the corner, battling with Jado. Sammy the Whale keeping up the offensive zone pressure here for Milwaukee. Two Seattle defenders there to try to clear it away. And the puck finds its way into the Milwaukee zone, but no chase from either side, as Maspin off the bench will come and collect it. Send it up to Box, who now battles with ohLuvv near the blue line of Seattle. Box looking for a move to get past ohLuvv, but Burb patient there. And is able to now bring it up to the Seattle zone. He looks for a slot pass to Missia, but Maspin clears it away. Seattle in the first period going for a lot of those slot opportunities. And Milwaukee doing a good job so far to keep those away from the net. As now ohLuvv clears up for Missia. Missia and Maspin now fighting in Maspin's defensive zone. He looks to clear for the moment, but ohLuvv gets a stick on his pass, intercepted by Box. But he's not able to do anything with it, as now Gorius back onto the ice for Milwaukee. Peachy Paw over for Missia. Missia looks to enter the zone, but Gorius blocks it out in front. Box will go for a line change. Gorius takes it into the Seattle zone. Gorius looks to center it for Jado. Some more good defense from Seattle, as now ohLuvv looks to bring it up. A lot of zone time being spent in Seattle's zone for Milwaukee. So they've continued up the offensive pressure here to start the second period. Cat Cuddler now looking for a shot from the blue line, but Gorius swats it away. The two former line mates last season. Now Cat Cuddler, pass back to Who Farted, who now sends it up for Sticks. Sticks with Sammy the Whale in the corner. Sticks kind of dangerous from the corner. very good at creating his own shot from here, so Sammy will have to be careful with him. So now Sammy the Whale takes it out, beats 2 Seattle defenders. He keeps going, but who farted there to stop him, and who farted up for Cat Cuddler now? Cat Cuddler looking to cross it for a wide open Sticks, but a good swat out in front by Maspin to keep that puck in front of him. Now Sticks over for Cat Cuddler. Cat Cuddler loses it in neutral ice to Maspin. Maspin a pullback on his own blue line. He looks to cross it for Box, but who farted gets in the way of that puck. Now Box looking to send it out in front for Maspin, but Missia steals it away. Missia bringing it up. Missia, a cross pass for Peachy Pa, but Dicker read it well. Now Box down the other way. Box looks to slot it for Maspin, but only Burb knocks it away. Outside of 2 quick shots from this Seattle line in the first period, not a whole lot of offense brewing for the Golden Eagles so far. Only Burb has some space in his own zone. He'll take it up, pass it over for Missia. Maspin gets his stick on it first. Now Only Burb back up for Missia once again. Will give chase to Box. Missia steals it away from Box. Missia, a pullback. Changes ice, looks for a pass for Peachy Pa, but that's a little bit errant, and Peachy Pa can't get his stick on it. Now Box looks for a shot off the far post, and he scores! Milwaukee doubles their lead here late in the second period.
Just a phenomenal goal from a phenomenal player. I mean, this is what we talked about pregame. You have to be able to kind of contain Box, especially when they go ahead and pair him with Gorius. I mean, there's pretty much no puck entering their zone with this line. So you have to understand a majority of the time will be spent in the O zone, and you got to bear down, and they just didn't.
Seattle still hunting for that first goal. It's been a rough go for them. Backs against the wall. It feels like Farabee that if they don't get one quickly, they may find this game slipping away from them and their season coming to a close.
I mean, yeah, it's honestly looking like they're going to need some help from the Lord. They haven't really generated much offensive pressure at all, and they're still failing to kind of enter that zone just with this very dominant line.
Sammy the Whale up for Jado. Jado looks for a shot, but Sticks a good back check there. Just gets his stick on it, swatted away. Now Jado sends it out for Sammy the Whale, but it gets poked away to Cat Cuddler. Cat Cuddler gets the step on Gorius for the moment, but Gorius able to back check him well here. Now Box on low stam off the bench, but so is Missia, to be fair. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. Milwaukee a 2-0 lead. Shots 5-3 in favor of the Muskies. Cat Cuddler loses it to Box. Box looking for a shot of his own out of the corner. A couple pullbacks. He still has possession somehow, but his shot a little bit wide of the net, and Air Bear will clear it towards the corner. Now Cat Cuddler up for Missia. 4 Muskies on the ice. No call from the referee. Second period coming to a close. The score remains 2-0 Milwaukee. And we'll send it back up to the desk with AllahFresco.
All right. Again with the desk and the second intermission, Milwaukee 1 period away from the BHL finals. So let's dive right into the analysis. Willie, let's start with you. Milwaukee adding to their lead this period. What have you seen from them that they're doing right?
I mean, they're just creating a bunch of chances. I mean, we don't see it in the shots category. If you look at the small little cracks they've created in the Seattle defense, there's chances are coming, and it could lead to a bunch of goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And Farabee, I'm going to toss it over to you. On the other side of things, Seattle not looking too great at all. It feels like they've had one chance that they got 2 shots off of, a couple seconds into the game. Other than that, they've been pretty silent. What do they need to do to awaken themselves in this third period?
Well, great coaches will tell you, and I said it earlier, great offense starts with great defense. And honestly, they're just not doing it. I mean, Stan V has been walking all over. Sammy the Whale has been having his way with just kind of getting into the zone easily. And you got to make the plays. Once you make the plays, find yourself, 2-on-1s, make the pass, opportunities. Got to be better.
Yeah, and I'll toss it over to our doggy over there. A blatant too many men call missed from the referee, Panaman 10-10 there. You got any comments about that?
I mean, the reffing in this series has been awful. I think this Pandaman 10-10 guy should just be stripped of his role of being a referee. We saw it in the San Francisco series. It's kind of like he's reffing blind. I don't really know if he has the right permissions to make calls or anything, but he's just a terrible ref, and I think he should just never be able to ref ever again.
Right, looks like we got an interesting take there from our doggy, but we'll send it back up to the booth for possibly our last period of the night. It's do or die time for Seattle.
The clock may be ticking for the Golden Eagles. Will they turn into a pumpkin here? I don't know, but 2-0 Milwaukee. So we get started in potentially the last 6 minutes of their season. Cat Cuddler, a quick shot off the draw, and Bagel Glaze makes a save. A good save for Bagel Glaze. Sometimes when you face low shots, Farabee, it's hard to stay completely locked in, but Bagel Glaze still looks on top of his game.
Something we've seen out of him for seasons. I mean, he started as a young buck, played a lot of his time in Nova Scotia. He was phenomenal there as a backup. And then he went to Mississauga, and now he's still doing it. So you got to admire the experience he has and just the ability he has while doing it.
And continuing, as we said before, a fantastic playoff run so far for Milwaukee this season, looking to add another page to a great career, as there's a good block out in front by Sammy the Whale, I believe got his stick on it, or Gorius. I couldn't exactly tell. Seattle still trying to find that first goal here. So there's a good save by Air Bear. Box has it in his own corner, fighting with ohLuvv. Missia skates over the puck and loses it for the moment, but Box not able to do anything with it. But Box takes a shot off the pullback from the blue line there. But a good positional save by Air Bear. Maspin looks for a quick shot, and another good save by Air Bear. Now Pichipa up for Missia. Missia looks to send it back for Pichipa, but they're not on the same page there. That pass just goes to nobody. Now Pichipa takes it off of ohLuvv and sends it up for Missia. Missia pull back. Missia, a shot from deep, and a good save by Bagel Glazed. Seattle starting to ramp up the pressure here. 2 shots in the period so far, still looking, as I've said, for that first goal. Time running out on their season. The Muskies now a little over 3.5 minutes away from a cup berth. I believe their first cup berth of the 3v3 era, and their first in a very long time. It might be their first ever.
And
So a historic
storybook,
season.
too. Like, if you think about how they went winless, almost winless for the past 2 seasons prior, this is a great story.
Yeah, first time owner and first time manager, Box, taking over a Milwaukee team that went through a complete rebrand this season. A new era for the franchise, and it may start with a cup berth. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Milwaukee leading by 2. Sticks looks for a shot on the short side, but it just gets sent off the off the near post. Excuse me. Goriest content to just waste some time here from Sticks and keep juggling the puck in the corner. But Cat Killer has it. He looks for a shot off the pullback, but Maspin read it well. ohLuvv now has it. Cutting through the neutral zone. ohLuvv into Milwaukee's zone. Gorius clears it away from him. Now Missia looks for a shot to the far side. Oh, what a great save by Bagel Glazed. I don't believe it was going in, but a very good glove as now Box sends it over for Maspin. Pichipa trying to get it up for Missia, and he does successfully. Dicker up for Box, but Missia steals it away. OllahFresco crossing it for Pichipa. Pichipa looks for a one-timer, but Dicker read it well. Now Pichipa crossing it to nobody once again. 2 minutes to go here in this one. OllahFresco dumps it up for Missia. Missia fights with Box in the corner. Missia looking to send a slot pass out for Pichipa as he continues to battle with Box. Box clears it up for Maspin. Maspin gets the step on OllahFresco for the moment, but OllahFresco recovers. Now OllahFresco turns it over to Maspin, who looks for a shot, but again, a quick recovery from Burb. Burb picking it up himself, but Box, clears it. Missia. Space in the open ice. Missia shot and he scores! Seattle not done yet. They get their first goal of the game, cut the lead in half. And we got a game therapy.
Beautiful, absolutely stunning. I mean, if you look down in section C18, you actually saw a fan turn their back and walk back to the seat. They thought it was over. This is phenomenal life and exactly what you need. And you have plenty of time to score another. Fresh legs, I'm excited.
Seattle looking to continue their Cinderella run. And Missia finally finds that first goal for the Golden Eagles with 1:14 left in this game. Line stacks from both squads. And man, Farabee, this line stack for Milwaukee, pretty scary stuff. But Seattle,
horrifying if you're a forward, especially because these are two incredibly puck-dominant players. And honestly, you might have to toss up a little prayer to get past them.
Sammy the Whale sends it up for Box. Box fights with OllahFresco. Under a minute to go here. Milwaukee can taste that cup berth as Missia sends a pass up for Cat Cudler, but Maspin quick to read it. Maspin clears from his own zone for the moment, but dribbles into two Seattle defenders. And now Missia looks to slot it for Cat Cudler. The goalie is pulled for Seattle. Sticks jumping onto the ice. A pass up for Gorius. No one there. And he scores.
Oh my days.
A sloppy pull from Seattle has just almost guaranteed Milwaukee a run to the cup.
Now this is funny because that pass, great pass by the way, was probably better than anything I've seen out of Seattle tonight. And who better to score than Gorius, the guy who has laid his body out on the line time and time again for this team to get where they're at. And just a free goal. I mean, he almost earned that one, in my opinion.
And when Seattle pulled, Sticks and Pichipa both jumped on the ice for a moment, then both jumped off. So not good communication from Seattle here in the dying moments of their season. 20 seconds to go. A 2-goal lead for Milwaukee. It's not done just yet. There's still hope for Seattle. They need one here quickly. Sleepy a shot.
Ooh.
A good glove save by Bagel Glazed to cap off this North Championship. He'll hold it after another good glove. But Milwaukee just seconds away from going to the S27 Cup.
Sammy is excited. He's already jumping.
And a sweet run gets sweeter. The Milwaukee Muskies take the North Division and are heading to the Season 27 BHL Cup.
It's great. I mean, when you think about the players on the team and, you know, how hard they work, just scrims, practice sessions. And Bagel Glaze, just a phenomenal story. I mean, I know he hasn't been on top of the league past couple seasons, but I think if they end up winning this, he's definitely got a shot at that Conn Smythe trophy.
An exciting series to look ahead to. Milwaukee versus San Francisco. a very star-studded matchup that will happen some point next week. But a good season for the Seattle Golden Eagles comes to a close. They win a first round that I don't think anyone thought they could win, taking down the President Trophy winning Calgary Wings. But they fall 3-1 and 3-1 in the series to the Milwaukee Muskies. And that's all we have for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to the Season 27 BHL Cup up next week.